Civil unrest from coast to coast sparked by the death of George Floyd at the hands of Minneapolis police also revealed that deep divide here in Columbus between Mayor Ginther and the Fraternal Order of Police. Each blames the other for the contentious relationship. I talked to the president of the local FOP lodge about police reform and about image. Anger turned to outrage, led to protests, and put police across the country in an unflattering spotlight. George Floyd dies with a knee on his neck. Breonna Taylor shot to death inside her own apartment. Rayshard Brooks dies in a Wendy's parking lot. All black, all killed by police. But police here say not representative of the vast majority of the men and women who wear a badge.
We're absolutely against racism. We won't tolerate it in the fraternal police or any of our officers.
The young black men are given lectures by their parents. Keep your hands on the steering wheel. You're going to be treated differently. You have reason to fear the police. Is that uncalled for?
Well, again, you're talking about generic or general situations, you know.
But it is a general situation. There's this underlying fear of young black men and police. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I think it's education on both parts. I think it takes both sides understanding each other.
But the FOP image problem is also tied to cell phone video like this. A Columbus officer kicking the head of a suspect who is prone and appears to be in custody.
First of all, in any of those cases, you should look at the totality of everything going on and not just a small snippet from the media before you make a decision.
So don't you think when people look at that, they say, wait, this was a bad act? Why did the FOP support him in that?
Well, I don't believe all those facts are accurate, but I will say this.
Well, you've seen the video.
I absolutely have. Was he handcuffed at the time? All those things. We could go and sit down and watch that video, but I think the point you're making is, does the fraternal police stand up for officers? And regardless, we have a duty by law to represent police officers. This isn't an FOP rule, it's Ohio Revised Code, where we have a requirement to represent police officers through a process.
And Farrell is convinced the vast majority of police are well-trained professionals who deserve a seat at Mayor Ginther's police reform table. But with criticism coming from City Hall, he fears for future recruiting.
Our elected officials are basically saying we're racist, broken, all of us. Who would want to be a part of that? Whether, quite honest, whether you're a minority or anybody who wants to be a part of that. So as we're trying to improve our police department, you're probably making it more difficult to obtain quality people that you need. Despite
claims from the mayor that the FOP is obstructing police reform, Farrell insists the FOP is open to change. And he says with rising violence, crime, and deaths, change is needed.
Folks, one is too many. The time to sit down, put things aside, and work towards a better community to save these lives is now. And he insists police are ready and willing to talk about police reform despite claims made to you by the mayor to the contrary. So I sat down with him one day after Carrie talked to Mayor Ginther, and each had a very different view of who's responsible for the contentious relationship between the mayor and the FOP. And of course, you can see Carrie's interview as well at NBC4i.com.
You know, we see so many cases where the FOP will back an officer, where folks at home will say that's a bad apple. And the FOP will say, well, no, that's not the case, and they will explain it point by point. Do we have any cases where the FOP says, here we have a bad apple and we can't support this person?
He says there are many. He says that things have gone through the process and police have agreed this is an officer who doesn't deserve to be on the force, but they just don't make headlines, he says. Some of the high-profile cases, like the incident we saw on that tape, he's right. They do have a legal obligation to back them under the Ohio Revised Code, or at least to provide representation for them. Whether they're obliged to make public comments supporting them, that's up to the FOP.
To be continued.
Yeah,
all right.
Obviously.
All right, Colleen, thanks.